Hello, everyone. Welcome to Charles Matheson, your online reading tutor. And today we are going to be working with writing sentences in the past tense using adjectives. So parents, if you're following along, you can download this book and have your child follow along with the lesson. So we're going to be looking at pictures and writing about pictures. This is called descriptive writing. Descriptive writing talks about things or animals or objects. And some of the things that we look for when we describe include color. So for example, this elephant has a brownish gray color. This car has a red color. The Earth, looking at it from space, looks like it has a bluish color. We also look for textures. So texture means how something feels. So if I were to touch the car, by looking at it, it looks smooth. When I look at the elephant, it looks kind of crinkly or wrinkled. When we describe, we also look at size. So the elephant size is big, which is our word for today, big. The car is also big. The earth is also very big. We also use the shape to describe pictures. So the earth has a round shape. The wheels on this car have a round shape. The windows have a squarish kind of shape. So here are the windows. This has a rectangular type of shape. Okay. All right. We also use things that stand out, like the environment. So if I'm describing the environment, I can say the ground looks sandy. Okay, there's not that much moisture in it or grass. It looks almost like sand. Can also say that this truck looks like it's in a parking lot. Looks like it's actually on top of like some train tracks right there. Okay, so these are some of the ways that we can describe pictures. So what we're going to do now, we're going to write sentences about the pictures that we see. Okay. First, let's look at the sample sentences that are written there about the elephant. So it says, an elephant is big. It has large ears. It is brown. It eats plants. I saw one in a zoo. Now, we're going to pick something else. Let's pick the truck. Okay, we're going to write sentences about the truck. All right. So, what is something big? So, we're going to keep these sentences very simple. And I'm going to say that a truck is big. Describe what this looks like. Let me see. Well, it's red. I'm going to say it is red. It is red. What do you know about it? What do I know about trucks? Well, I know that trucks are used to move people. Trucks carry things. So I'm going to say trucks carry things. So trucks carry things. Okay. What is your experience with it? So, what that means is like if I say to you, what is your experience with your mom or your dad? So that you would say, you might respond by saying, they make me dinner. They take me on walks. They give me food. Okay. So, what is your experience with a truck? So, have you been inside of a truck? Have you seen a truck? Do you know somebody that has a truck? I'm going to say, I have been in a truck. I have been in a truck. All right. So I have my 4 sentences. And now it says rewrite your sentences in paragraph form. Have your teacher check the answers to questions 1 to 4 first. So that means have the teacher read sentence 1, 2, 3, 4 to make sure you have your periods, you have your capital letters, because all sentences have to be written with a capital letter. The first letter has to be a capital letter. All right. So now I'm going to put all of these sentences together to make a paragraph. A paragraph is a group of sentences. So, a truck is big. It is red. Oh, sorry about that. I went too far. Trucks carry things. I have been in a truck. Okay, so now you see we have a paragraph, a 4-sentence paragraph. Paragraphs can be many, many sentences, but since we're just beginning to learn how to write, we're only going to use 4 sentences. So good job following along. And if you did it as well, a double congratulations. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to reading skills camp, and we are going to work with finding the main idea. This book can be found on the wbcoaching.net website. The main idea is what a group of sentences is mostly about. A group of sentences is called a paragraph. This group of sentences is a paragraph. And usually in a paragraph, the sentences talk about something specific or like one thing. Let's look at the first group of sentences or paragraph and see which sentence talks about all the other sentences. So it says the seasons of the year are different. It is hot in the summer. It is cold in winter. In spring, it's cool. People go for walks in spring with sweaters. So I see it's hot in the summer, cold in the winter. We're talking about the seasons of the year. So the sentence that makes the most sense, or not the most sense, but that all of the other sentences talk about is the first sentence. The seasons of the year are different. Let's look at the next one. How do you communicate? There are many ways to communicate. Some people use the telephone. Others talk face to face. Some people talk with their hands. I prefer to send text messages and emails. So I see Some people use the telephone. Some people talk face to face. Some talk with their hands. So these are ways of communicating or making ourselves understood. So, so the main idea is there are many ways to communicate. Let's look at number 3. Do you want to be a painter? It takes work to become a painter. You need to understand how colors work. You need to practice a lot. You have to understand the different techniques of painting. I want to become a painter. Okay, I want to become a painter. I have to practice a lot. I see. I have to understand the different techniques of painting. Do you want to be a painter? That's not the main idea. It takes work to become a painter. That's the answer. That's the answer because it's telling me all these other things about becoming a painter. I need to understand how colors work. You also need to practice a lot. You have to understand the different techniques of painting. Let's look at number 4. It says, bread is a great food. It can be eaten by itself. People use it in sandwiches. It is used in cooking. I buy bread in the supermarket. Bread has many uses. Okay, so I buy bread in the supermarket. Bread is a great food. I still don't know. I need more information. People use it in sandwiches. It is used in cooking. Oh, here it is. Bread has many. Yeah. Bread has many uses. So because this is the answer because it says it's used in cooking. It can be eaten by itself. People use it in sandwiches. So bread has many uses. Let's look at number 5. Don't get caught in a tornado. Tornadoes are dangerous storms. They can destroy houses. They have damaging high winds, which can rip things out of the ground. The winds can carry heavy objects in the air and then drop them anywhere. Tornadoes occur a lot in the Great Plains. Okay, so they have damaging high winds. The winds can carry heavy objects in the air, then drop them anywhere. They can destroy houses. Tornadoes sound pretty dangerous. So, I see it. Tornadoes are dangerous storms. Let's do 2 more. People use forks to get a grip of food. Spoons are used for liquids. Knives are used to cut. I sometimes eat with my hands. People use utensils to do different things. Well, I know utensils are like spoons, knives, and forks, and they talked about spoons, knives, and forks, so this has to be the main idea. People use utensils to do different things. And sometimes the main idea can be at the beginning of the paragraph. It can also be at the end. It could be anywhere. We have to really know what we're reading. Sometimes we may have to read the sentences in a paragraph more than one time to figure out what the main idea is. And number 7, video games have stages. The beginning is usually easy. The middle stage gets challenging. The last stage is usually the hardest. I enjoy the middle stage of video games the most. I like to be first when I race at the playground. All the stages make video games fun. All right, so I like to be first when I race at the playground. That doesn't make any sense. I think they put that in there to confuse me. The last stage is usually the hardest. Video games have stages. The beginning is usually easy. The middle stage gets challenging. The last stage is the hardest. I enjoy the middle stage of video games the most. All the stages make video games fun. So, all the stages make video games fun. Okay, so that's the best answer because in each stage that we read about, we read that, oh, it's easy, it's challenging, it's hard. That's what makes a game a game. The different types of activities and the way one gets to play the game makes a game fun. So that's our lesson for today. I look forward to seeing you the next time. See you later.